What's up, everybody? Weston Hodkiewicz here at PackersNews.com, joined alongside my colleague Scott Venci on the first day of free agency, Scott, and it was an exciting one all across the league. Packers a little bit more quiet, starting with their restricted tenders.
And I was surprised at some of those. Can you tell me a little bit about those?
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing I think that caught everybody by surprise was Lattimore. Maybe you could even say his agent was a little surprised that they went and tendered him. This is a guy who the Packers did. He played a lot of snaps for the Packers last season. But the thought was that, hey, they might just let him go to market and try to bring him back at a lower cost. They actually give him a low-round tender for $1.4 million. That's a lot for a special teams guy, but I think there's some hope there that he could also contribute as, and give some more competition to that inside linebacker picture. On the other side of it, as expected, M.D. Jennings was not tendered, which is interesting. The guy started 26 consecutive games, but now he's going to be out on the market. Not saying the Packers can't bring him back, but he's free to negotiate with any team in the NFL.
And I think that a lot of people wanted Sam Shields back. Were you expecting him to actually re-sign when he did to actually re-sign with the Packers, and what about the contract term?
Yeah, I mean, I was in the UW Fieldhouse when it went down, and the thing that surprised me the most was the contract. 4 years, $39 million, 12.5 guaranteed, as we learned looking at the contract today. It'll pay him $21 million the first 2 years, but it'll have an $8 million salary base in 2016 and 17. The Packers, with that proration, that's only about $3.1 million, I think. So they could get out of that. He will have to earn the last 2 years of that contract. Probably pretty favorable for both sides. Sam Shields has really never been paid before. This gives him an opportunity now to get some money, $15 million this upcoming year, and show that it can be a number one top flight cornerback, because by the time 2016 comes around, $12 million, that might be the going rate for a number one corner.
Yeah, now correct me if I'm wrong, Jermichael Finley, Evan Dietrich Smith, both possibly taking some visits coming up here. What do you know about that?
Well, Jermichael Finley is going to be going to Seattle, from what the reports are from our former colleague Rob Domofsky. That's going to be big. John Schneider is a former front office guy for the Packers, now the GM for the Seattle Seahawks. They're obviously going to have an interest there. He brings in athleticism, assuming his neck checks out well, that you can't really find other places. You can't really duplicate it. On the other side of things, Evan Dietrich Smith with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they'll take a look at him as well. Have to see if the Packers are going to get into that market. There is interest there, but they just might not be able to meet what the going rate could be for Evan Dietrich Smith in Tampa Bay, or if the New York Giants would step forward.
Cool.
All right, well, we appreciate Scott stepping in for us here and helping out. I'm Weston Hodkiewicz. Stay tuned to PackersNews.com for all your updates throughout free agency.